Hello, everyone. It's Lori Staley, Addicted Stamper with Stampin' Up, and it is Tuesday night at 8, so it is time for my live. If you're on, give me a shout out. Let me know you're here with me, and let me know where you're watching from. I'm going to go see if I can fix the lighting just a little bit while you're hopping on. That make it any better or any worse? I'm always amazed. It didn't really do anything. Okay. I'm always amazed. Nothing in the studio changes as far as the lighting goes, and yet some days it's really good and some days not so much. And tonight it looks like we have a shadow. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Tina. Hi, Betty. Thank you for sharing, guys. How are you? Hopefully you had a good day. It was really hot and we had a wicked storm here today. I went upstairs late this afternoon. I'm not sure what time it was. And I was like, oh, it's dark out. That's not normal for like 3:30 in the afternoon. Oh my goodness. But anyway, a little stuffier tonight. I think that's just because it's nighttime, right? I always get a little stuffier at nighttime, but I'm excited to be here with you. And if you were looking for me last week and I wasn't here, I apologize. For those of you that maybe don't follow me over on my Facebook page, I had COVID, believe it or not. After all this time, I avoided it. And my hubby brought it home from school. And so there you go. That's what you get when everybody's coming back after their summer, right? Okay, so we are going to hop in here. Just a couple of quick things, and then I'll tell you a little bit more at the end. But this is our farewell to Celebration. Celebration only has tomorrow yet, guys, tonight and tomorrow. And then it is gone until, as far as we know, January, because we usually do one in January and February of a new year. So if there's still things that you want, and there's lots of good stuff still available, make sure you get those orders placed tonight or tomorrow at the latest if you want the celebration items. And I wouldn't wait. If you know what you want tonight, I would order it tonight. On the additional listing, the silver foil is now gone. So the silver foil and the brushed metallic foil are gone. Everything else is still available, although the aspen dyes are low inventory. Hi, Donna. Hi, Verna. So if that's something you had your eye on, you definitely want to grab that. Of course, as we've been talking about, the tree lot dies and the hippo dies, which yes, I'm using both tonight, guys. Sorry. Hopefully you have them and I'm just giving you inspiration, right? And the cards and envelopes, all of those items are gone. But to the best of my knowledge, the stamp sets, the designer series papers, both the 6x6 and the Rings of Love 12x12, that's all still available. Okay. So again, tonight, best time to put it in to make sure you get what you may still want, or tomorrow at the latest. But again, those aspen dyes are low inventory, so I don't know if they'll make it through to the end or not. Okay. All right. And then we'll talk a little bit more at the end. There's some fun stuff coming up in September. I can't wait to talk to you about and share with you. But we're going to jump right into the cards tonight and get those on their way. And then at the very end, I can wrap all those goodies that are coming in September up with you. So the first one we're going to do is this cute Christmas camper card. How cute is this camper? I love it. I love it. I love it. And I'm sorry if you wanted the tree lot dies and you didn't get them. If you have earned that invitation, which I'm working on my list, you'll be getting that in the next probably 5 days. I am trying to get my hands on one set. So I'll have one set available potentially for you to earn or grab during the celebration after party. You're watching from Maine? Is that what that says? Oh, so we're going to make this one. Now, the trees for sale stamp set, which are these awesome trees, right? That's in the catalog. So you don't have to worry about that not being available. You can still get the stamp set. It's just the dies with the cute camper We have bows, the little bows that I used, and we have a little wreath actually in some other sets. So no sweat. Those things you can easily substitute out. We're doing the Boughs of Holly is the designer series paper that I'm using. I have 3 cards for you tonight. I don't normally do 3, but I couldn't make up my mind which 2 to do. So I decided I was doing all 3. How about that? All right. I am going to grab, sorry, I don't know why my voice is acting all funky tonight, but it is. I'm going to grab my paper here so that I can do some off stamping with our tree. And we are using Evening Evergreen and Soft Succulent are the colors for our trees. And I'm going to start with the Soft Succulent. That is the more solid image. I tend to do that. And then watch, there'll be one come along and I'll decide, oh no, I'm going to start with the more detailed image. But we're going to try the, let me pull this up a little bit. I might have to stop and take a drink, guys. I don't know what's going on with my voice. So we're going to stamp one right about there. Well, hello. And then we'll stamp one pretty much the same spot over, across. Why is my ink so spotty? Hopefully the dark will cover that up. And then we're going to go up just a little bit for the one in the center. That looks better. Then we're going to come in and add our Evening Evergreen layer. Massachusetts. What did I say? I said Maine. Sorry, Massachusetts. Oh my. No, don't ask me the capitals either. We're just going to layer in some of the darker evergreen there. Looks like my Soft Succulent might have been re-inked at some point. It's a little bit darker than on the sample card, but that's okay. Now we can put these 2 together. Cherry Cobbler is my mat. And remember, you're going to find all the measurements underneath the video. Give me about half hour after we get off the video together, and I will have that loaded for you. Hi, Connie. Are you on vacation, Donna? Or are you visiting family? What's happening in Massachusetts? We're going to pop the greeting up with some dimensionals. And the Christmas greetings is from the Trees for Sale stamp set. It's going to go right across. Apparently I went really high with my middle tree, so that's okay. We'll just drop our bow a little bit when we put our bow on. And then let's get our camper out here and do some fun things with it. So I just have a Smoky Slate camper that I die cut. I'm going to make the hitch black with my black blend. This is the dark, although I think you could use the light. And just go all over that. And I'm also going to detail out the tire with the blend. This is much easier than paper piercing and trimming out and all of that. And I'm just following the detail in the die cut to put the tire on. Okay. Oh, you're with your daughter till Thursday. Awesome. All right. So then I want it to look like there's some light action happening here. I'm just going to put a piece of Daffodil Delight in the camper in the background. So we're just going to use our Tombow rather than trying to fight with getting the seal in a certain place, right? And put it around the openings. And I don't want to put a lot. I don't want it to be all, you know, gushing. There's my technical term. I want it to be contained, if you will. I think that one little corner just sticks beyond. But again, there's lots of little pieces on this. This is one where we don't have to use little pieces, right? And then I'm going to grab all the little pieces. So I used that silver foil, which you could still purchase the silver foil. I think it's just not available as a celebration item, but it might not be available for purchase right now either. They may be having to replenish their inventory. But I do have the two pieces to add the metallic trim to our camper. There is our little wreath that will go around that opening on the door. And then I need 4 of our little bows. Okay. Now, my tip for you is if you're using the foils, whether it's the silver foils, the brushed metallic, whichever, you're in Indiana. Oh, you're camping. Hey, there you go. Look at that, Tina. Couldn't be better planned, huh? Is to add your glue to your camper rather than your foil. Why do I say that? Because if you get Tombow liquid glue on that metallic foil, it really dulls the shine. And there's not necessarily a way to bring that back. I've tried a couple of things. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. One is to gently take your color lifter from the blends over the glue. And sometimes you can get it off with that and it doesn't mar the finish. But for me, I'm going to play it safe. And I'm putting my glue on the camper so that I don't have to worry about getting it on top of the foil. And I'm even going to lay this down so I can position appropriately. That's my tip for adding your foil accent to your camper. The other thing you can do, of course, is add adhesive sheet. Hi, Corinne. Add adhesive sheet to the back before you die cut it. But if you forget to do that, you know, got to come up with another solution. So again, gentle with the Tombow. We're going to put the little wreath on there. The detail in these dies, the accoutrements, if you will, that they provided to us are really phenomenal. And then, oh, I also need my curtains. And I love that the curtains snuggle down inside the window. Oh, there they are. I'm like, now I had curtains earlier today. I made sure I had curtains. And again, I'm just going to put just a little line of that Tombow right there. And then bring the curtain in. And it just snuggles right in there. So you don't have to worry about getting it aligned, trying to stick it to the back, inside, top edge, none of that, right? Let me grab my take your pick tool now to work with my bows. So I'm going to do a little dot of glue right there. And bring my bow to my wreath. Now I'm going to let this sit here and dry for a few minutes while we finish putting the rest of the card together. So do the same thing on your trees. Just add a little dot of glue. Again, gentle hand. You don't want a lot coming out because then it's going to go everywhere. And I don't care who you are. When that Tombow liquid glue gets loose, everything gets tacky, right? So do you guys have these dies, any of you that are watching? I hope you do. Because they are great and I feel bad. And they sold out fast. They really did. This was probably, I think the cards and envelopes were the first thing to sell out. And then and I didn't get the hippos either time I tried. Hey, Shirley. That's okay. As long as you're not late for dinner, right? You made it. That's all that matters. Okay. So this is going to go on our card front. Just with seal. Right in the center. And those trees just blend right in with that beautiful designer series paper, don't they? Looks like you've got quite a forest going on here. And then we're going to add dimensionals to the back of our camper. I always like to overlap anywhere I can in the hopes that everything stays together and nothing comes off, right? Tina has them. That's good. Corinne doesn't. Oh, did your mom get them? Okay, good. And the camper is going to sit right there. And there's our card. Cute, cute Christmas card, especially if you are a camper. And then I already stamped in the May Your Season Be Merry and Bright. That is from Trimming the Tree. Okay. And then if you aren't familiar with Trees for Sale, that's what the stamp set looks like. So this is still available. This is in the catalog. You can grab that. It's just that the dies, they are no longer available. All right, so let's go ahead and put our inside in, and that card will be complete. I had a big team meeting that I didn't actually go to last week, and I just realized I don't have a cleaning pad here, or even a chamois. There we go. All right, so that's project number 1. We're going to move on to another celebration item. Hey, Carol. I missed you coming on, my friend. Stuff out of the way. I'll clean it later. All right, so the other one, the next one, I should say, is the hippos. Now, the good thing about the hippos is you can fussy cut the hippo. So if you have the stamp set and you didn't get the dies, you can fussy cut them, or you can still get the stamp set, right? Until tomorrow night or while supplies last. But I put him on a wobble. Isn't he cute? I think he's adorable. And I get the wobbles off of Amazon. If you're interested, I can put the link down below. Sorry, guys. This is the worst I've been in days. I'll put the link for the wobbles down below, but I did get them off of Amazon. I think you get like 48 in a pack, so you can make wobbles for a while. Sorry, I had to take a drink. And I'll show you how I did that. And then I just cut his little sunglasses from the dies, but everything else is either like you could fussy cut him, like I said, or not part of the hippos. So we're using Sweet Sorbet as our card base. And then I have just a layer of basic white embossed with the painted texture embossing folder. That is the only problem when you work ahead and do your designing ahead of time when things sell out on you, right? And we actually did this one in club this month. Fingers aren't working either. So this is just a piece of the black and white Halloween paper that's in the mini catalog. And we're going to go ahead and mount that right in the center, or as close to the center as I can get. Huh. Well, that's weird. Saying that to Carol, that it's weird that she couldn't get sound on her phone or on her phone. That's what she said. Phone. And then the happy birthday that I'm using is from the Artistically Inked stamp set. This one's been around for a little while. This is my go-to straight on happy birthday. I love the font. I love the size. I love that it is a straight stamp. And yeah, I use it a lot. It's good for masculine, feminine, kid card, you name it. I did almost think about switching this one up. Have you guys seen where they're making the hippos into cows? Just by the way they color them. I almost switched it up and made him a cow tonight. And then this, I did put adhesive sheet on, so we would have it when I cut the little sunglasses. So here again, I'm teasing you with something that I can't offer you. Oh, I got nervous for a minute. There's the, nope, that's the ballerina. Here's the guy we're gonna need. And here's the sunglasses. So I won't even talk about what's all in there. If you have them, you know, right? I'm going to lay those over here for a moment while we stamp our hippo and get him colored. So cute. I imagine him just snapping his fingers, walking down the street. Too cute. And then I'm just using Smoky Slate, light and dark Smoky Slate to color him in. I didn't do anything fancy. I didn't even really work with any kind of shading for this one. Just kind of a straightforward color job. Go right over his little noses. I think I'm going to need a new blend after this month. I just need a finishing. If you hear your blend squeaking like mine are squeaking, then you know it's time. I do love how smooth the blends color though. Like I'm not being extra super careful other than trying to stay in the line, which is sometimes challenging for me. But you wouldn't know that, you know, I'm streaking here and going over there and grabbing that little section because that alcohol ink just blends out for you with no real effort on your part. And I do feel bad because, of course, we had the original blendabilities is what they called them back in the day. And when they developed a quality issue or discovered a quality issue with them, Stampin' Up! Pulled them immediately, which I do respect our company because if there's a quality issue, they don't let it on the market. They take it off. And in many cases, they'll give you credit or refund or whatever, like they did with the magnetic plates, right? Okay. So there we have our little guy. I'm going to put him on the die cutting machine along with our sunglasses. Oh, that would be cute too. Mm-hmm. It wouldn't let you unmute it. That is just weird. I'm trying to read as I'm moving around here. I wonder why. I don't know. It's technology. That's all I can say. It is not my friend. That's for sure. When I started with Stampin' Up 19 years ago, we couldn't even become a demonstrator online. You had to fill out paperwork and send it into the home office. So now I think so much of it is technology versus what we were doing when we started. But that is the way of the world. The next thing I'm going to try to start figuring out is how to do some reels. That's some ideas jotted down, things to do. So have to find time for that. Oh yeah, if you wanted to pop them up, yes, because I'll show you the trick that I do here with these. Because the lenses do come out of the glasses, as you see here, right? Separately from the frame. My magnetic bowl was also moved, so I don't have it. So let me put those somewhere they don't disappear. Hello there, Missy, Miss Janine. Was your appointment? It was Leo's appointment today. So there's our cute little hippo. How cute is he? And we have the adhesive sheet on the back. So all we're going to do is bend this around so I can peel that off. And I'm going to pop those glasses on his little face. Just like that. And then now I have adhesive sheet on the back of the lenses as well. But seriously, I don't really want to try that. So I'm going to use the putty end, which I think I need to put new putty in my take your pick tool here. And I'm just going to put a little dab of my Tombow. Oh, that was a bigger dab than I wanted. My Tombow in there. Now, if your little fingers are much more delicate than mine and you don't have any issues, by all means, peel your backing off and place your glass lens. But I'm going to do it this way. There we go. I got a little glue seeping out, but it'll dry. It'll be fine. So there we go. That's how I put the glasses in. Now, that would be challenging Corinne because of the window sheet and seeing adhesive through it. So you'd probably, I wonder if you took the swim mask and cut that with the adhesive sheet so it was one piece and then fit it to the back of the frame and trimmed off where it might stick out. That might be your best bet for getting that on there. Okay. We are going to stamp You're So Hip on our punch. Okay. And then we're going to grab a wobble. Let me put my ink away before I lay my hand in it. Good, 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 good. I'm glad. I'm very glad to hear that. And I'm not surprised either. All right, so when you play with the wobbles, and I don't know how well this will show up on camera, one side is much thicker than the other side. I don't know if this is the right way to do it or not, but I always put my thick side down on my cardstock, and then my thin side goes on the back of my piece that I'm attaching. So I'm going to actually remove my glasses and bring this closer to my face, because while it is a sheet covering that, sometimes it can be very stubborn and wanting to come off or not. So let's see if I can use this and help myself along here at all. Yep, I can. Look at that. How about that? And then, oh, yes, I forgot. This is actually split in the center. Let me make it harder than it has to be for you. No, let's not do that. So the split down the center allows you to bend that and peel that right off. And then, as I said, I'm going to use the thinner side, the clear side, to go on the back of our little hippo. And then place him down on the wobble, just like so. So cute. He makes me smile. All right, so we're going to mount that right there. And then this is going to come down across here. We are going to pop that up with some dimensionals. Put my glasses back on. Yep, acetate. Yes, acetate is another word for window sheet, or vice versa. And we're going to add a few of the black matte dots as our accents. There we go. He's adorable. And yes, again, other than the glass, you wouldn't have the glasses necessarily, but you could absolutely fussy cut the little hippo out. And I'll bet you could creatively cut yourself a pair of black glasses. That wouldn't be that hard. And then for the inside, I have the charming sentiment, wishing you everything wonderful. Just put that right in there. Okay, there is project number 2. What do you think of that one? I am going to grab my dies before they wander. I lost a stamp today. Oh, so upset. I was having a very productive day in my studio. I was designing like crazy. I went to put a stamp away. Was put a polymer stamp. It dropped. I watched it until I couldn't see it. It was gone. I have this magic floor in my studio that when something falls on it, it goes into Never Never Land and you can't see it. I don't understand why. So I literally sat and clean. I have my tote with my paper that sat right where it fell. I saw it fall. I heard it hit the paper. So I literally went through my tote, pulled every piece of paper and package of paper and went through the packages. How it would have fallen inside the package, I don't know, but stranger things have happened, right? Till I realized it was not in there. Then I went through all the trash cans in the vicinity, and it was not in there either. So finally, I was putting something else away, and I guess must have been the angle that I was sitting at, and my eyes fell to the floor, and it was sitting up on its edge against a power strip. But I found it, thank goodness, because I need it for coffee and cards in a couple of weeks. All right, so our last one that we're going to do tonight, as we're saying farewell to celebration, is with the aspen dies, right, which are on low inventory right now. So if that's something you think you're going to grab before celebration is over, you want to do that tonight. And we've got stylish sketches. So this is a really cool set, nice nature set, literally a sketch type design to the stamps. It is the place that single socks go, Shirley, absolutely. So you've got a great leaf image here with some seed pods. I wanted to say peed sods, and I knew that wasn't right. Some ducks, of course, the fox that I used, and then a splatter stamp, which we all love the splatter stamps, right? And I'm also using the charming sentiments on here. And I'm not sure if you know this, but all of these different greetings have coordinating dies that do the whole cut around the greeting. So like the wishing you the happiest birthday, and then it has a coordinating die that I lay over the greeting and it cuts it like that. So if you like that effect, but you don't like to sit and fussy cut, every one of these greetings has a die cut to coordinate with that. And then it also has lots of bonus extras, which I love, right? We've got some candles and some flowers, stars, hearts. Why does it feel like something's missing from there? I will have to do a count. But it really does look like something fell off of there. Darn it. Did you just order the aspen trees? Yeah, they're fabulous. They are fabulous. You'll be happy you got them. Especially since, like I said, I see that they're on low inventory, right? All right, so we're going to use the fox. And we're using Cajun Crust is our card base. And these are all just 5.5 by 8.5 cards. And then I've got 2 pieces of basic white. Both are exactly the same size. So that one is going to go on the front. This piece we're going to actually cut with the aspen die. And this is where I got my leaves too. You have a large leaf and a small leaf, the bird, the branch, of course, that cuts out your stamped images, and then greenery for on the branch if you would so like that. All right, so I am going to take this through the die cutting machine, which sits off here to my left so I don't shake you all. And I'll be right back. And remember, comment, even if it's just to say hi, where you're watching from, like, give me a thumbs up. Certainly subscribe if you haven't subscribed to my channel. It really does make a difference for those of us that are here doing lives and videos and all of that. So we appreciate your support by letting YouTube know that you like what we're doing by subscribing and ring the bell. Make sure you get notified when additional videos or lives are happening. Thumbs up, of course, is an immediate notification that, yep, I like what I'm seeing. And share the video with your friends, your crafty friends. And if you need a demonstrator, I would love to help you discover your stamp addict in you. I didn't know 19 years ago when I picked that name how true it would become for me, but it really did. It really did become an addiction and a passion. All right, so that's how we're going to put this together, but we're going to stamp the fox in here. And you can eyeball it, right? I'm going to stamp him in soft suede. These are happening on my screen. I don't like them. You can eyeball it, as I said, or if you are more comfortable, here's my cheat for you. Take a mechanical pencil, get your paper in there, and draw where you want his head to be. Draw the opening so you have an idea of where to position his head, right? That's all I'm going to do is just give myself that little bit of pencil mark there. And then when I ink this up and I stamp it, I should be somewhat close. But his little face is peering out from between the tree limbs. And I want to keep him low. He's so cute. Just love him. I just love him. And then I usually have a white eraser, but that's over at my other station. So I'm just going to use the eraser that's on the pencil and remove those marks. So no one will ever know I cheated. How about that? And then, yep, I did well. Look at that. And you can always adjust it if you need to, slide it over. You can always trim that edge a little bit if it didn't come as far over as you wanted it to, but I think that'll be good. We are going to color that with the watercolor pencils. I haven't used them in forever, and now I can't stop playing with them. We have 2 sets of watercolor pencils, assortment 1 and assortment 2. Assortment 1 has a dozen, and assortment 2 has 10 pencils in it. So this is not all the colors that Stampin' Up! Has, not all of our core family colors, but it is a good representation. And we are looking for the Cajun Craze in this one. And I think the Old Olive is in this one. It is. It is. I just can't see it right this second. All right, I was trying to avoid dumping them all out. I don't think it made it back into the right box. Isn't that interesting? Let me see if it somehow got misplaced. The fox is great. The ducks are great. And I did. I put it in the wrong box. And I had an idea earlier today with the leaf, so I have to try to play with that. So all I'm going to do is just add the Cajun Craze all over his body. And I'm not doing anything special. I'm just adding the color. Some places where it's a little deeper in detail, like there, I might do a little extra to give it a little shadow, if you will. And then down over here. We had a red fox who decided our front step was a great lookout point. And we have a Ring doorbell. And it went off one night in the middle of the night. Scares me to death every time. Because of course my husband doesn't have his on at night. I have mine on. And trust me, the joke in our house is someone could literally break into our home and murder me in the bed beside him. And when he went to kiss me goodbye in the morning is when he'd realize I had passed, because the man sleeps like the dead. But anyway, so yeah, so the Ring went off one night and I picked it up and I looked out and I have a welcome post that sits on the porch with a sign hanging from it. And there was a mouse crawling all over the welcome porch and it was like frantic. And I'm like, oh, it must be the neighborhood cats out there. And then what was the next thing we had? I think it was the fox was the next thing that we had. So now I'm going to take the water brush that I did put some water in before we started. Never store these with your water in. It will break your seal down. And then they'll leak when you're trying to use them. But I'm going to get it started. There's a push imprint on the barrel, and I'm just going to get it started. So I have a wet brush. There we go. And sure enough, we had a fox sitting on our front step. Then we had the buck in our yard entertaining the ladies in multiple locations that the Ring picked up. It was like, I felt like a Disney princess. All the animals were coming. The same day we had the buck, we had a Stampin' Up virtual event, and I had at least one of my team members was here, and we were ordering lunch and the doorbell rang and I ran up to get it thinking it was going to be the delivery guy. Then I opened the door and I looked straight out and there's nothing there. And I looked down and there's a squirrel sitting on the doormat, just looking at me. I'm like, if you're looking for a date, I can't help you. So yes, to say I have wildlife around me is an understatement. Of course, we have coyotes up in the tree line. All right, so I just smoothed out the pencil marks. That's all I did. I stamped it in soft suede. So it was a test when I tried that to make sure that it wasn't going to bleed out on me, because it's not really a waterproof ink like StazOn is, which is what I always tell you to use when you use your water brushes. But if you go lightly and gently, you can get away with it. Now we're going to add in some grass with the old olive. And I'm not being fancy here. I'm just basically scribbling. Just laying that base down. And then it's always a little darker here, right? Because the artist put all those sketch lines in, if you will. Not even going to run the water brush over that. So I am going to shift this over just a little bit when I mount it, so his little face does show. And if I have to trim off a little bit of the edge, that's not a big deal. My tape was hiding. So we're going to go ahead. And if you really, really like these Aspen die, and you didn't get a chance to watch my Facebook Live on Thursday, go over and see that, because we did 3 different projects with the Aspen dies over there on Thursday. The fox, Shirley, is in the stylish sketches, and that is a free celebration item with a $50 product purchase through tomorrow night, or while the supplies last of the stamp set. I don't see it on the low inventory report. So yeah, if you purchase $50 in product, then you would be able to get this for free. And the link to my store will be under the description too, if you want to do that. But it's a good one. Okay, so I just trimmed off that little bit of excess white that I had sticking out. This is going to get mounted just flat. That adhesive keeps vanishing on me. To our card front. And don't let me forget to tell you who won last week's card. I normally do it at the beginning, but when I finish up the housekeeping and tell you all the good stuff that's happening in September, I'll let you know who won. So yes, liking and commenting and sharing the video gets you entered to win the projects that I made tonight too. So I already stamped and did the die cutting for our greeting, wishing you the happiest birthday. I'm just going to mount that on a little strip of Cajun Craze. That's going to get popped up on dimensionals. No, it should leave you on my site. Please make sure it does. And what I'll do, Shirley, is I will private message you through Facebook, my host code. And if you plug that host code in and hit the apply, then that will guarantee it locks it in with me. I have heard that has been a problem. I didn't know anybody had it with my site yet. So there's our 3 leaves that I die cut. One out of Mango Melody, one out of Old Olive, and one out of Crushed Curry. Just going to pop that with some dimensionals as well. Oh, I love the snowman set. Yep, that's a good one. That is a really good one. And then I used a little bit of the Baker's Twine pack. This is the Crumb Cake version, or yeah, color. That has what? Vanilla, white, black, Crumb Cake, and Sahara sand in it. And they're different thicknesses, which is kind of cool. But for me, sorry guys, my voice is really bad tonight. For me, they're just a little thin. So if you see me using Baker's Twine, even the thicker ones, I tend to double my bow when I make it so that it has a little bit more weight to it. A little bit more of a statement, if you will. There we go. And we're just going to pop that right on there. And there we go. We're going to put our greeting on the inside, which is wishing you the happiest birthday because you deserve it. And I'm going to use the soft suede to do that. That would be the one that's already done. There we go. All right, guys, those are our 3 farewell to celebration projects for tonight. I hope you liked them. I hope if you have the hippos and the tree dies, that it gives you some inspiration for something that you can do. And if you have been thinking about the aspen dies or the stylish sketches, then now is the time to grab them. Don't wait and be disappointed. That fear of missing out, right? And I know I've done it. I know I have. So, okay, let me tell you real quick about September. September is going to be a big month. First of all, there's some new things coming. And let's talk about them. Perfect Partners is the name of the promotion. So during the month of September, there are going to be 6 products that are current in our catalog. Like the stamp sets are all within our catalog. As a matter of fact, the tree trimming or trimming the tree stamps that I used tonight for the one inside greeting is going to have a die set that's going to be available to purchase. So if you already own Trimming the Tree, you'll be able to just purchase the dies. Check out the number of dies in this set. And they're fabulous. I mean, you've got bows, but guess what? You don't have to make them one at a time. You've got 2 lines of 3 bows each, ornaments, both the ones that you can stamp and die cut or ones that you can just die cut out of cardstock or designer paper, a little label, stars, of course, your trees, another label, a bucket, a basket for your tree to sit in. It's a great set. Demonstrators were able to pre-order in August. So I've got some things coming to share with you, but that's just one of them. It is the This Birthday Piggy. It is Yeti dies with the Yeti to Party. It is the Apple Blossom stamp set, has coordinating dies. It is the Fresh Cut Stem dies. Tune in on Thursday if you want to see some examples with that one, because we're going to be using that one. And as I said, they're available as dies, so you can just purchase the die. Or if you really want the bundle, well, guess what? They're putting it into the bundle and giving you the 10% discount. So this doesn't start until September 1. And like everything, it is while supplies last. So you don't want to necessarily wait if there's something that you really want to have. But I know for me, like I really liked the fresh cut flowers, but I didn't want to fussy cut those flowers. I didn't want to do it. So all of these dies, there's like a little edgelet in there. There's ones to cut out the stamped images and ones that you can add dimension just by die cutting the pieces out of cardstock or designer paper. And then everybody's in love with the piggies. They're going to be thrilled. Oh my goodness, look at how much you get with the piggies. And this waterfall canyon, it's not my style, so I have not purchased it. But if it is your style, check out all of those dies. Huge. So this will also be in my newsletter that'll be coming out. So keep your eye peeled for that. You'll be able to see them a little closer. And on September 1, you'll be able to go right into my store and see them there as well. Also in the month of September, we are going to be doing weekly specials. I have no idea what they're going to be. The first one's getting announced on September 1, and I will get it into the newsletter and get that newsletter out to you just as quickly as I can. It runs for 1 week. So September 1, September 8th, September 15th, September 22nd, and September 12th. Well, I don't know if there'll be one on the 29th because that's not a full week of September. But at least 4 weeks, there'll be items on special that you'll be able to add to your orders while supplies last. Supply chain issues, all of that type of thing makes that while supplies last sound like a mantra these days, I know. And I'm really sorry that it happens to be that way. But I don't want you to be upset or disappointed if something would sell out before you had the opportunity to grab it. All right, so those are 2 things that are coming. And then there's another one, but I'll wait a little bit. But mark October 1st in your calendar because October 1st is World Card Making Day. Did you know there was such a thing, a World Card Making Day? There is. And there's going to be a special event that you're going to be invited to attend at no cost, virtually, with all of the Stampin' Up! People and demonstrators and everybody alike. And there'll also be a couple of extra product bundle being announced, an extra product bundle being announced that will be available also. So I'll have more information about that forthcoming in the next couple of weeks, but keep your eye out for more info on that and go ahead and mark your calendar because that's going to be a fun day. All right. I know it is very cool. I love it. I love it. I love it. I think World Card Making Day, I think was the very first day I ever did a live on Facebook. And then I went back to in person and then the pandemic hit and now I'm 90% virtual and maybe 10% in person. So thank goodness for this technology that drives me crazy, right? All right, I think that was everything as far as new announcements go. And then the winner of this card that we did 2 weeks ago, right? Thanks, COVID. This was Cindy Smith-Janicek. And I don't think I saw you hop on, Cindy, tonight, but I will have this for you the next time I see you. Which actually, now that I think about it, might be tomorrow. I'm not sure. I'll have to check my calendar. But congratulations on that. Thanks so much, guys, for tuning in tonight. I hope you enjoyed these projects. I hope you've enjoyed Saleabration. And as I said, if there is any, yep, I think there might be a delay because I just said the winner. I know, right? I'm glad too, because there's so many of you that are in my life that wouldn't be if it weren't for virtual. And I feel like we're all just having a good time hanging out and developing friendships. And that's really what it's all about for me. So I appreciate each of you and thank you so much for watching. And come check me out on Thursday over on my Facebook page. I'll be back next Tuesday with a really cool card to share with you. So have a great night. And remember, don't forget to put that celebration order in if you want something that's still on the list. Take care, guys. Bye.